Okay, we are prettying up a pizza paddle today. I am painting this with Fusion's Cathedral Taupe and just painting the whole thing. And I think I might have put 2 coats on it. I'm not sure. Just gonna put a good coat on everywhere. And then next we're going to be doing some decoupage with one of the new papers that just came out from Redesign with Prima's latest release. It is one of Kasha's papers. I can't remember the name of it, but I will have the links to all the supplies in the supply list, which will be listed right below this video. There you can see it. It is kind of a green, almost looks like a toile, but I am using soft gel matte to apply it, and I use gloves when I use this because it's really good stuff, really sticky, and if I don't use gloves, I will be picking it off my hands for days. So this is one of those things that I actually wear gloves for. And I just had this little scrap left over from a window project that I did. So I'm just trying to use up my scraps, and I love the design of this paper. So I didn't want to just throw it away, and I didn't want to put it back in the drawer to be used, never. So I just decided to whip it out for this project. So trying to make it work for this was a little challenging, but anyway. So I used the soft gel matte underneath, and I used it on top to seal it. And there you'll see me. I just wet down the edge in hopes that, when you have a straight edge and try to blend it together, the straight edge is just harder to blend. But this was still a challenge. It didn't really soften it that much. And then I end up having to overlap, so it's still very obvious where the two join. But anyway, moving on. And it took me a long time to figure out where to join this. I cut all that out so you didn't have to watch me struggle bussing. But anyway, laid down more soft gel matte and went ahead and decoupaged this. And it is not perfectly aligned. The patterns don't meet up perfectly there by any means, but that is what I had to work with, so I just made it work. And there again, that's my soft gel matte underneath. And then I'm going to use the soft gel matte to seal it. And I just sprayed it with a little bit of water just for any creases that might have been in the paper. And because I didn't use a steamer to get out the wrinkles or anything. So that's just my cheat, is just to wet it down a little bit instead. Especially on a small project like this. And there, I'm just going to seal it with it also. And again, like I said, I will have the links for everything I used in the supply list that will be right underneath the video. And after it was all dry, I'm just coming back and sanding off all the excess paper around it. Just getting it nice and cleaned up. And then I had a little piece of transfer, another one of the new transfers. I think it's called Queen's Glory. I messed up a project, so I had this little piece of it left. You really don't even hardly see it on this project, but I put it on anyway. So, and it looked nice on there. You really can't hardly see it in the video at all. And then next I chose a piece of decor poly as our main showstopper on this piece, I think, anyway. And I'm painting it with Fusion's green called Bayberry. I just painted the entire thing with it. Just kind of stippling it on everywhere. and it took more than I thought to paint the thing. I mean, it's worse than chair spindles. You pick it up and you think you've got it all painted, and you just see so many places you missed. You dry it, you pick it up, and you see other places you missed. But anywho, once I got it all painted and dried, I came back with aged brass wax and used my finger to go around and pick up the highlights. And I think it turned out absolutely beautiful. I've never used a green like that and an aged brass wax, and I'm very, very pleasantly surprised with how that turned out. So that is what I'm doing there, is just, hopefully you can see that it really turned out pretty. And then I'm going to glue it on there. I just used my heavy body gel, used a metal spatula at first, and then just used my finger to rub it on and make sure that I had the glue everywhere I wanted it. And then glued it on. And then the last thing I think I did after that was put some aged brass wax around the edges, all around the edges there. And then I did make a fabric bow and plopped it on the top there, was my final little accent piece. I did do it on video, but I didn't put it on here. It was just long, and I was tired of editing the video, and I've made other fabric bows, so I figured you've probably seen those before. And if not, I do have other YouTube videos that I've done them. So anyway, that was my final touch after the wax, was to put that little bow on there. So this was Tammy with Flippin' Furniture. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you got something out of it. And again, I'll have a supply list with the links to everything on my website if you would like to recreate something similar. And I would love to see how it turns out if you do so. Here, I hurried up and talked real quick because I thought I was running out of video. And I even slowed down the video at this point. Oh, and the centerpiece on that bow was a mold. I don't know if you'll even be able to see it, but it was a little mold, and I painted it in Fusion's Bayberry also, and highlighted it with the aged brass wax too. So it kind of tied it all together that way. Nope, you can't see it, but anyway, there you go. Happy creating!